Hello, welcome to this video on compound inequalities. A compound inequality combines multiple inequalities into one. The kind of question you could be faced with would be something like this. I do have another video on more of an introduction to inequalities, so I will link that at the end. But for now, I'm going to assume that you know this symbol means greater than, this one less than, here we have greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. So let's dive straight into the question and we'll work through it step by step. You can see this inequality is -4 is less than 2x plus 2, which is less than 6. So let's look at the two inequalities that we have. The first inequality we have is -4 is less than 2x plus 2. We stop here. We stop at that inequality sign. It's easier if you write it out as a fresh inequality. So that is -4 and 2x. Then the second inequality we have, and we change our pen colour, is this one, and that's 2x plus 2 is less than 6. And we're stopping here, and we'll write that one out separately. Then you go ahead and you solve each inequality. First one, 2x is here, that's good, that's positive, so we'll leave that, and then we'll go ahead and we'll move this +2. I always write down what I'm doing. To move the +2, I need to subtract it, so I'm going to -2 from both sides of the inequality sign, and I have -4 minus 2, that gives me -6. Still less than 2x. Then I'm going to head and divide by 2 because that 2 is being multiplied. This is 2 I'm talking about. So -6 divided by 2 gives us -3, which is less than x. So that one's solved. So let's go over to the other one. Put a little line there so I don't get muddled up. And I have 2x plus 2 is less than 6. So I'm happy with the 2x, but I want to move this 2. So -2 from both sides. And I have 2x less than 6 minus 2 is 4. Divide by 2 again. And I end up with x is less than 4 divided by 2, which is 2. Now, often in a question like this, you might be able to show your solution on a number line. So you would draw yourself a number line, the values you're dealing with, -3 and a +2. So let's go from -4 to +4. And they are telling us that x is greater than -3. And because the inequality sign does not include -3, we're going to pull a hollow circle. If you look at the other video, which I link on the end about inequalities, it will explain. If it was equal to as well, we would put a solid circle. So here x is greater than -3. That's a hollow circle there. Come over to the other one, x is less than +2. Again, another hollow circle. So our values for x lie in between +2 and -3. So same as before, separate the inequalities. The first one, 7 is less than x plus 3. Stop at that inequality sign. That's 7 is less than x plus 3. That's number 1. And then we look at the other, and that was x plus 3 is less than or equal to 15. So we're stopping here, and we'll write that one out. That's number 2. Go ahead and solve both inequalities. So the first one, x is positive, so we're just going to subtract that 3 from both sides, and we end up with 4 less than x. And then the other one, just going to move +3, so we subtract that from both sides, and we end up with x is less than or equal to 12. We need a number line with values from +4 to 12. There we are, I've done 3 to 14. So we're going to start off with the first one, and that's telling us that x, we start from the letter, is greater than +4. Come to +4, and because it is not equal to 4, does not include 4, we put a hollow circle. We go to the second one, and that one, x is less than or equal to +12. If we go to 12, now this time, because it's equal to as well, we fill our circle in, solid circle. Then you draw a line between the two, and there's that solution perfectly presented on a number line. And that should be about everything for this video. Here is the other one on the introduction to inequalities, solving inequalities. I hope that helps. Thank you ever so much for watching, and see you next time.